Bonjour, bonjour, salut, bonjour, bienvenue. Je suis Monsieur Hayes, aussi Bandit Hayes. Aujourd'hui, je vais voir un peu courir, plus je vais voir un café, mais j'achète un thé. Ça s'appelle Iced Chai Latte. C'est thé avec lait, avec glace. C'est bon, c'est très bon. Maintenant, je bois, je marche et je parle et toi, et tout toi. À bientôt. All right, so for those of you who don't speak French, hopefully that sounded very impressive. For those of you that do speak French, hopefully you could forgive my bad grammar. I'm pretty sure I messed up a few things, mispronounced some stuff, and got some of the word order incorrect, most likely. But that's pretty much where I am with my French learning. About 6 months, I want to say 6, maybe 7 months later, I think I started. That's about where I am. I can construct sentences, but it definitely takes me a minute. I could understand it when it's spoken to me to some degree, as long as they're not using too many words I don't know, and it's not going to, and they're not speaking too fast. And that's another thing. I don't know every word, so I definitely need to learn more words. But yeah, I think I'm doing okay. I think for the time that I've been doing it and the time that I've been able to dedicate to learning and that whole thing, I think I'm doing okay. I'm personally pretty pleased with, how far I've gotten in this time. And yeah, maybe I haven't mastered a language in 2 weeks like some people can do, but that's them people in it. Some people do that. I do this, and so I think for what I've been able to do, I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, definitely got a long way to go for sure, in terms of becoming more fluent and being able to speak without giving it like a lot of, thoughts where you could just, you have to think about what you're saying. Think before you speak, just anyway, regardless of which language, right? But, in terms of just being able to speak without too much and ahhing and, understand when it's being spoken to me without having to translate everything and, understanding the grammar structure a little bit better, well, more than a little bit better. Yeah, so I've definitely got some ways to go, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with my progress, and that's just about where I am. But yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about some other stuff because it's kind of interesting, and I guess it shouldn't be surprising, but you'd think, at least I would have thought that, for something like learning a language, it'd be pretty, like if you're watching like videos and stuff like I've been doing, watching videos on YouTube about language learning, you'd think like it'd be pretty kind of chill where people want to learn a language, people want to teach a language, and it's educational, right? But I mean, it's also YouTube, and this is why I shouldn't be surprised. It's like drama going on in the language learning community, and it's like, what for? But it's interesting to me because I do see a lot of the videos and a lot of the adverts that get shown to me now. And it seems like there's a lot of people that would either very directly or indirectly take jabs at Duolingo. And that's interesting to me because I do use Duolingo and I like Duolingo. I don't want to call it a perfect app for sure. It definitely has some things that, personally, I think they can improve on or maybe do better. Like I don't particularly like the AI voices that they use. I understand why they use AI voices. I get it, time, money, resources, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But personally, I don't particularly like the AI voices. It feels like they pronounce words differently from time to time. Like the way they pronounce the word one time is different from the way they pronounce it the next time. And stuff just sounds weird with the AI voices. But for the most part, I guess they're okay. Like it's not so bad that it's unusable. It's just more of an annoyance from time to time that I don't like. But yeah, so it's definitely not a perfect app, and I don't think like, using Duolingo is going to make you fluent. I don't think any one service is going to make you fluent in a language, because to become fluent in any language, well, you need to practice speaking that language, right? And the best way to do that is to live in a place, in a country, or a part of a country where that language is spoken on a consistent basis. Now, most of us don't get to do that. Unfortunately, most of us can't just up and leave and go live in France for 6 months or whatever. It'd be great if we could, but it's not really an option for a lot of us. So the next best thing is if you know somebody, if you have a friend or a family member that speaks a language you want to learn and they're already in your life on a regular basis. I ain't talking about that guy you met 10 years ago that you never spoke to, never spoke to for 10 years, never said nothing to him for like 10 years. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, can you help me with my friend? You're like, yeah, probably not that guy. You know what I mean? Somebody who's already in your life on a regular basis, if they don't mind helping you out, that'd be a good thing. Or there's other avenues as well, like hiring a tutor and things. So like, the point I'm making is that if you're never going to find one app that's going to take you from zero to fluency, I personally don't think that's possible. Maybe I'm wrong, but I personally don't think that's possible. So, but for what it can do, I like Duolingo. And for all the people bashing it, I don't get it. I mean, because then they use what works for you. Like, if Duolingo works for you, then use that. If it doesn't work for you, don't use it, But it just seems weird to me that you have all this drama around whether people should use an app or not, and people get mad that somebody else is using it. And it's like, dude, we're all here trying to learn something, and people need to learn in the ways that suit them. There's people learning different ways, and because of that, different methods work with different people. So I don't know, it's just weird to me, but I guess it's YouTube and it shouldn't be surprising. And I guess when you're famous or you're a big company, people take jabs at you, and I'm certainly not trying to defend everything Duolingo does. I ain't their shill and nothing like that. And they ain't sponsoring me. Although, if you want to sponsor me, I'll take that money. I'll take that our money, best believe. But Argent, Choues Argent, I'll take that. J'ai appris Choues Argent ça. I think I probably said that wrong, but anyway. All I'm saying is, like, I see a lot of the drama and all of the jabs and stuff, and I'm not down with that. I'm just like, look, for anybody out there who wants to learn the language, if Duolingo works for you, use that. If it doesn't, use something else. But whatever works for you, use that, and ignore these. Oh yeah, don't do this and don't look. Do what works for you. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon when it comes down to it, right? Or maybe for some of you it's a sprint, but I think for most people it's more of a marathon than a sprint. So, I mean, unless you're that guy who like lied on your CV about how you could speak Spanish, and now you got a job interview with the Spanish speaking boss, and you've got less than 24 hours to learn enough Spanish to convince somebody that you can actually speak the language, yeah, unless you're that guy. For most of us, it's a marathon and not a sprint. So yeah, just do what works for you, whether that's Duolingo, whether it's something else, whether it's whatever. Most likely it's going to be a combination of things that you'll find, like maybe you use this on one day, use that on another day, use this whenever, as it fits into whatever time you have, how your day's structured, whatever works for you, and ignore all this, what's the best and it's just whatever. What the best one is, the one that works for you. That's what it comes down to. The best one to use is the one that works for you, the one that fits your lifestyle, that suits your learning habits or learning style. That's the best one to use. So anyway. Yeah, but yeah, that's where I am with my French. By the way, I was trying to say is that I went for a run today, and then I went to a coffee shop, but I got a tea. This is a chai latte, so it's a tea, not a coffee. But of course, you can get tea in coffee shops. It's not an uncommon thing, but it's a chai latte. It's tea, milk, it's iced chai latte. It's a tea milk with ice. It's very good. I like it. Though it does lose a flavor as you drink more of it. I would say that, like, it was definitely more fire at the beginning, and now it's kind of more milk than anything else. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have mixed it first. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, hopefully I said it in a way that made some kind of sense to people who could speak French. Well, like I said, I've got a long way to go. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. So until whenever, if ever, au revoir.